Inhaling and exhale. And again, just continuing to move through the spine, feeling your way through that felt sense. And then inhale, come back to neutral, step forward with your hands, tuck the toes under, slide back, downward facing dog. Just coming to this first dog pose, way up on the toes. So you're lifting the heels high, high to the sky. And then the heels lifting, you can find the opening through the inner thighs, widening the pelvic floor. Open up the pelvis here. Big instinctual centers in the lower chakras. Good, and then keep the right knee bent, extend the left heel down. Keep breathing, keep flowing with your breath. Inhale, exhale to the other side. And just move side to side a few more times. Inhale, exhale, left heel down. Inhale and exhale, right heel down. Great, then come back to center for one breath, exhaling, relax the jaw, the eyes. And we'll walk nice and slowly. See if you can come through the whole sole of your foot as you're walking forward. Feeling with your feet. Separate your feet about hip distance apart. Lift and spread your toes here. Make sure the outer edges of the feet are parallel. And then inhale, look up, take the hands onto the shins, lengthen up through the spine. Exhale, fold forward. We'll shake the head a little side to side. Sway the shoulders here. Let your body move its way through space in a felt sense, feeling way. And then we'll bend the knees and very slowly roll your way up one vertebrae at a time. And then we'll walk the feet together. So the big toes touch, heels are slightly apart. Face this way, towards the sun. And then we'll bring the hands together. So let's stand in Samastitihi, mountain pose. So just to take a moment to revisit our theme today, which is tuning into our felt sense, the Sanskrit word Shravana, which means listening, hearing from that sixth sense, listening with the feet. So even tapping in here to your feet, and see if you can actually feel through your feet, all the way through to the earth center. Yeah, almost like you're connecting to the very center of the earth, and then find your way through your body to the other end, up to the cosmos, connecting the crown of your head to the center of the universe. Big concept here. And take a deep breath in. From that instinctual place, exhale, release the arms down. And just slow, we'll move a little slower today. Inhale, reach the arms up, look to the thumbs. Bring the hands right down the center line as you fold forward, deep bow. Inhale the hands to the shins, lift the chest, open up the collarbones, shoulders back. Exhale, step the right leg back into a lunge, back knee comes to the floor. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up to the sky. Good, exhale here, sinking a little bit deeper. One more breath, inhale. Lift up through the back body as you curl back. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back onto all fours, inhale here. Come into Ashtanga Pranam. So keeping the butt high, lead with the chest. Come chin and chest to the floor, and then you'll slide right into Cobra. Good, exhale, lower just halfway down. Loop the shoulders back, elbows in, come on up a little bit higher as you root the tailbone. Open the chest, exhale, all the way back down, press back onto the knees, right back into downward dog, breathe. You can always stay in a half dog pose if you need to go a little mellower. And just simply take a few breaths here, open your inner ears. And see if you can connect with your inner smile, as though you're gazing into your heart, the landscape of your heart, and just smiling. And take another deep breath in. Follow your exhale all the way out, all the way to the tail. Look between your hands, step the right foot forward, back knee to the floor. Inhale, crescent lunge, reach the arms up. Exhale, sink the hips deeper. And one more breath, inhale, lifting from the kidney wings. Look to the thumbs. Exhale, bow forward. Inhaling, step forward, halfway lift. Exhale, bow, turning inside, gazes in. Inhale, reach the arms to the sky, look to your thumbs, touch the palms. Exhale, hands right down to the heart. Catch your breath, as I'm doing. And then we'll exhale again. Let's move through 2 more sun salutations. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right leg back. You can either bring the back knee down or keep the back leg lifted. Inhale, one full breath, rooting from the hips to the earth as you rise. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back plank pose. Either come down with straight legs or knees bent, Chaturanga Dandasana or Shanga Pranam. Inhale, Cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhaling, slide your way back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward dog, take a breath, just open and soften here. Feel what's present in your body. This is not about attaining something or getting anywhere. You just want to stay curious. Breathe deeply. So just bend the knees a little bit, micro bend the knees, last couple of breaths. Move the pubic bone back and up towards the ceiling. It's going to open up the pelvic floor a little bit more. Keep that as you extend the legs straight, heels go towards the floor. Follow your exhalation all the way out. Step your right foot forward. Bring the back knee down, or you can keep the leg lifted. Inhale, one breath. Crescent lunge. Exhale, bow forward. Step all the way through. Inhaling, lift, lengthen, extend. Exhale, deep bow. So plant those feet firmly as you inhale, rise back up. Exhale, the hands right down through the third eye center, resting at the heart. Thumbs touch the sternum. Inhale, a breath. We'll do one more Surya Namaskar. This time we'll move through without the lunges. Exhale, arms by your sides. Good, inhale. I love, a teacher once said to me, imagine you were the first person on earth. How would you move through the world? Exhale. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, plank pose. Inhale here. Either knees to the floor or straight leg chaturanga, sliding through to cobra, or if you feel warm enough, come into an upward dog. Exhale, press back. Downward dog, slow it down, breathe deeply. Be present with what is. Notice any emotions rising. Give them space. Emotions are so important for us to pay attention to. Give them space, let them breathe, let them move. We're going to follow our next exhalation all the way out and then bring the feet together. And inhale the right leg to the sky. Bend the knee, and you can always do this with your left knee down if it's too much in downward dog. I'm just going to play with opening up the hip and just feeling the connection of the leg into the spine. Yeah. And then on the exhale, we'll step that foot right between the hands. And then scoot it all the way to the outer edge of your mat. And then we'll take both hands inside the foot. So let's start with our back knee down here. And just take a breath. So ideally, this knee is kind of over the ankle, so you get that optimal opening in the glutes and the hips. And then if you feel like you can go a little deeper, you can walk down onto one elbow, maybe both. I find that blocks are really helpful here too, to rest my forearms on if you have a block. So you'll just start, go to that first edge of sensation in your body and breathe. And you can, I love to make little circles here, figure eights. It's moving right into the sensation in the tissue, in the musculature of the hip. And then once you kind of come right to an edge, you can use your breath as a tool to open up the tension. Relax the jaw. And just stay that extra breath. Great, and then we'll inhale, walk back up onto our hands, and we'll scoot the foot a little bit closer in. Lift the back knee and then turn the back heel to the floor. And then we'll come up with the hands on the hips here just for a moment to stabilize. You want to find that steadiness, that stira. And think about sending energy from your hips down into your feet. Yeah. And once you have that, inhale, come up slowly. So you might just stay here with your hands on your hips. Otherwise, you can come up into the full warrior one pose. And this pose really takes a lot of grounding and rooting to get more open in the spine. Lift the chest, look up, smile. And then on the exhale, hands come down, and we'll step back to a downward dog here. And just reach, stretch, move your hips. And then on the bottom of your next breath, bring your feet together, left leg to the sky, and just playfully. Move your thigh bone in and out, your foot, your ankle. I think these yogis, when they were coming up with these poses, they were moving from their instinctual bodies and feeling the animal expression through their body. We'll exhale, step all the way through into a lunge. Walk the foot all the way to the outer edge of the mat and take both hands inside your foot. So you can start with the back knee down and just simply feel your way into that first layer. Make some soft circles, figure eights, relax your jaw. Whenever I'm doing hip opening, I really focus on opening my jaw. There's so much relationship there in the pelvis and the jaw. So feel free to make noise, sound, especially when you're home. Beauty of being on mute, huh? Great. We'll just take another couple of breaths. Do you want to drop in a little bit deeper? Once again, allowing those inner ears to open up. Listen. Listen with your felt sense. Feel. And then on the inhalation, we'll come back up, scoot the foot on a little closer. Lift the back knee and then ground the back foot. So your back foot's going to turn in about 45 degrees and then hands to your hips. So you may just stay here and work the energy moving from the hips down into the feet. And then from there, we rebound up through the spine, lifting up through the sides of the waist. Eventually, the arms go up. Slow it down wherever you are. Last breath here, inhaling. Exhale, hands come to the floor. And we'll step back to downward dog. Go ahead and walk and stretch and move. Feel your hips, feel your lower back. And then on the inhale, slide forward into plank and exhale. Knees bent or straight legs. Let's come all the way down onto our bellies. Point the 10 toes straight back behind you, and then take a breath here, softening in, feel the belly on the earth. In fact, let's take full pranam. I haven't done this one in a while. And stretch your arms out, rest your forehead down, and just let your body rest. I've actually been doing this down here in New Mexico, just lying on the ground and feeling the pulse of the earth. So if you have nature around you, I highly suggest this, even on the grass. Just lie your body flat on the earth and take a few breaths here and drop your awareness all the way inside to your primal self. It's connecting into that animal primal part of you that can feel, that can listen. Rest in, last couple of breaths. Full pranam, full offering. So you offer your energy to the earth. We just had Earth Day. And then you can receive her energy back into your body, into your bones. Great. And then when you're ready, you can do more of that later. Take the hands by the chest. Actually, reach back. That's where I was going. Interlace your hands. And then we're just going to root down through the pelvis as we roll a little bit side to side. And just letting your body feel its way through the movement. And then we're going to end up rolling over to the left side. You can separate your feet just to stabilize. And curl your head back, opening all the way up through the throat. There you go. Breathe. When you get to an edge, just breathe. Breathe into it. And then you're going to slowly roll back over to the other side. Play with your gaze too, where your eyes look, how that shifts your attention, your perception. And then we'll inhale, come right back up to center, and take a breath or two here, Shalabhasana. Then we'll just take the hands right into Cobra, inhaling one breath in Cobra, exhale, lower. Let's press all the way back to the downward facing dog or half dog. You're welcome to just stay low today. Low to the earth, low to the ground is what we're after today. And then we'll walk the hands closer so the thumbs touch. And then we're just going to step the right foot to the outside here. Turn the back heel to the ground. So I think I'm going to turn so I don't have my butt towards you. So the hands here, we're going to walk all the way out in front of the right foot. Yeah. So you're going to stick your butt way out here and then just soften your chest and release. And breathe, breathe deeply. So even in these poses here, you can feel with your feet. Notice what your feet are sensing. Good, and then we'll walk the hands in a little bit closer. Set your left hand down, right arm up to the sky. Here, you can keep this front knee bent at a 90-degree angle, and you're going to work the shoulder and the knee in towards each other. That's going to really open up the hip. Yeah, and then just simply breathe. If you need to at all, let your jaw relax, open your mouth and breathe out. Exhale, look down. And we're just going to walk our way over to the right, turning the feet parallel. Inhale, look up. Exhale, walk in. Let go of your head and neck, move the shoulders a few times, and breathe. We'll spread your toes so you can feel through the feet a little bit more clearly. Spread the toes, open up those arches. And then we'll inhale, walk the hands out, everyone, and exhale, walk over to the right, just turning your right foot out, and then walk your hands out in front of the foot. And so you're going to just take, play with a big inner rotation of the thighs here, opening up the pelvic floor, the hips. Breathe deeply. Great, and then we'll walk it in. Next breath, planting the right hand down. Inhale the left arm to the sky. You'll just lightly press the right shoulder into the inner thigh. It's creating a little resistance there. And then open the chest, breathe. On your next exhale, look down. We'll walk back over to the left here. And let's scoot our, just toe heel the feet in a little closer. And then you'll turn your toes straight out and bring the hands to the inner ankles. And then you'll just use the elbows here to spread the inner calves wider and sink your hips. Yeah. And you're gonna just play low to the ground here, moving your hips a little bit side to side. You'll feel the opening here at the inner groin, adductors. You can play with lifting the hips higher, dropping them lower. Just staying curious in your body. Good, and then release the hands, and we'll turn the feet parallel again. Maybe separate the feet a little bit wider. Inhale, look up halfway, reach back, interlace the hands, loop the shoulders, and exhale, slowly fold forward. So take this first breath or two in the pose just to feel the wholeness of your body, feel the whole shape, the general feeling as you come in. And then through your instincts, through your feeling, you can fine tune. Maybe the toes spread, you find your big toe mound or your little toe mound. And take another deep breath in, exhale fully. Inhale, just come up halfway, release the hands to the floor, and we'll walk back over to the right. And then come down onto your back knee here. So we're gonna scoot this foot, the right foot, right into the center of the mat. And then roll to the outer edge of your foot, but don't collapse the ankle. Okay, so you wanna keep your foot flexed as the knee goes wide so that most of the stretch goes into the hip, the opening of the hip. Yeah. Okay, then you might just stay right here. That might be your edge. And if you want to go a little deeper, you just lower the hips. Some people like to do the yogic push-ups where you go down and come back up. Even more challenging with the back leg lifted if you want to challenge yourself a little bit more today. So we just came out of the new moon energy. So sometimes I find with the new and the full moon, it's just nicer to go slow and more fluid in the body. So then once you come to your edges, you can play with some movement, side to side, circle the hips. And then we're gonna eventually make our way right over into the half pigeon. So you can just keep scooting your foot and then come down onto the floor, rest your hips. And you can put a support under your right hip if the hip is floating a lot. Okay. And you'll just see where your edge is, either moving the foot forward or back, finding that sweet edge. Use that felt sense, and then inhale, open up the front. So soft front, remember, open that soft front. Exhale, lower down, come down to your hands, elbows, or maybe all the way down for you. Right, so just a little stability here through the hugging in towards the midline. So hugging the, scissoring the legs in just ever so slightly. gives sort of that boundary, like the banks of the river, just to soften into. I'm just inviting you for the next 5 breaths to go in and in, breathing deeply. Open your ears. And in your last couple of breaths, find a pause at the very top of your breath. And then same thing with the exhale, breathe all the way out and pause at the bottom. So the spaces between are really where we connect with that center, that midline, space between. And then we'll just slowly inhale, coming on up. And slide your way, slither your way back to either a half dog or a full stretch in downward facing dog. And just feel this right side compared to the left. Notice any emotions present. Keep bringing spaciousness around the body, the physical body, the emotions, the thoughts. And then we'll step the left foot between the hands, come down to the back knee and bring your foot right into the center. And then same thing on the left side. So we'll just roll the knee out without collapsing the ankles. A little flexion in your foot. Yeah. And then you're just gonna move and feel. And if you feel your way into a tight spot or restriction, resistance, just stop and wait, see what happens. Trust the body. Work with your breath. If you want to do some push-ups, you're welcome to go in that direction. Great, and then we'll make our way over to a half pigeon. And so the back leg here, you want to make sure it's rolled inward. That brings the hips more level. And then just take a breath up to the front of the body. I love this idea of, it comes from Joan Halifax, soft front, strong back. Yeah. So let your front be soft here, vulnerable, open. When we have a strong back, we can be more open and vulnerable. And then exhale, walk your hands out and come down as far as your edges and just wait, be patient. Bring your focus right to where you're feeling. See if you can work with it. Work your breath in there. Direct your emotions. So you may find compassion or peace. And take one more exhalation and just let that jaw completely drop. And then we'll inhale, slowly make our way back up, slither your way back to downward dog. Reach and stretch the hips. And then we're going to come down onto the knees. And we'll separate the knees into the frog pose. Make sure you have enough padding under your knees. And you want to have, you can see my feet are turned out evenly and my shins are parallel. So that's how you want it. Okay, and then you're going to come down, if that works for you, onto your elbows. If not, you can stay here on your hands. Yeah, and then we'll just slowly slide the hips back. Yeah, and once you find that first layer, you're just going to stop and wait and breathe. Notice if you're overworking some area of your body in order to a void feeling. That happens too a lot. You just bring that awareness there. And then you can make some micro movements with your tailbone here, up and down, as if you're just scrubbing and opening the attachment there of the inner thighs, the abductors. Be aware of your jaw, tensing, resisting in the shoulders and jaw. And in these last couple of breaths, let yourself just drop all the way in. Let go of the effort. Stay with the sensation. Stay with the feeling that's there. Whew. You want to stay long enough to release the tissues, release the fascia. Great. And then we're going to slowly come up and walk the knees together. And you can just come back into a regular dog pose, half dog, or even child's pose is a nice counter pose here, knees apart, feet together. And eventually we're going to meet in the child's pose, or if child is a lot, you just stay on your knees and do a half child pose. But let your attention go inside. This is a great pose for that. Just going in and self-nourishment, self-care. And when I say that, I really mean caring for, like, not just physical self-care, but caring for our emotions, caring for our state, right? Everybody's dealing with it right now. Everybody is having their stuff come up as we're quarantined. So important to be able to self-nourish, to go into your own womb and hold yourself. So just take these last couple of breaths. Tending that inner child, tending that inner heart, that wild heart. Good, and then we'll inhale, come out of that womb space, and we'll stretch right back to our last downward facing dog. And feel the energy of the whole pose. Feel the energy moving down into the earth, back up into your body. Let go of your head and neck here. Deep breath in. Let's just exhale a couple of lion's breaths. Stick the tongue out, open your mouth, open your eyes. Speaking of instincts, inhale. Let yourself be that tiger, that lion. Great, and then we'll come down onto our knees and let's go ahead and start in Baddha Konasana here. So soles of the feet together. You can lift your hips and scoot your pubic bone back. And if your back, when you start out, is really rounded or your hips are super high, just prop yourself up on a blanket or a block. And I like to start here with the hands back behind, just drawing the sacrum in and up as the knees go wide. Yeah. So this may be your pose today. If this is enough, you're just going to stay here and work the opening of the pelvis and just watch the tendency to push and manipulate versus that felt sense, that shravana of feeling our way in. And then if it feels right in your body, you can start to come forward more. You can use the elbows to open the knees, inner thighs as you fold. Stay connected to this cyclical breath. Finish your next exhale all the way out. Inhale, come on up, and let's take the legs right into Upavista Konasana, legs about a 90-degree angle. Make sure the knees and the feet are turned straight up towards the ceiling. And again, if this is challenging, you'll just keep the hands behind you for supporting your spine. So you're just going to work that strong back, strong spine. All right, first we have to develop that sense of strength before we open ourselves, to being vulnerable, right? That's why I've worked all this empowerment stuff all these years. So I can feel strong enough to speak truth. That's what we're all being asked to do right now, to speak our truth, to open up and share what's real, what's instinctual, what's authentic. If you can go a little deeper, you can walk your hands out and fold. Just go right to the edge. Make sure your thigh bones are staying rooted, almost like you have two big heavy sandbags on your thighs, grounding you to the earth. And take in some deep inhalations, opening up the sides of your waist, and as you exhale, soften into your body. And we're going to make our way up, and we'll just go over to the side, stretching into the side body. Take a hold of either your calf, ankle, or foot, and then the other arm stretches up and over. Yeah, some of you might be able to take your foot, yeah, and just work the elbows open, so you open up the chest here. Try to keep the right leg pretty engaged as you're stretching to the left. And then we'll inhale, come on up, and exhale over to the other side. Oh boy. Gotta love our soft animal bodies, right? And all the aches and discomforts and take another big breath right into where you feel the tension. For me, it's right here in the latissimus, side rib, serratus. Big breath in. And then inhale, come on up. Great, everyone, and then we'll lift the knees. And just do a time check here. Okay. I just want to do one more just to work that core strength today, just a little bit, even though we're mostly on hips. So you're going to lean back here onto the apex of the sitting bones, and then we'll take a hold of the back of the legs. Open up the chest here. So focus comes here into the third chakra, the navel center. This might be it for you here. So just feel if you're working, if you feel like this is cultivating that strength, strong spine, open heart. Otherwise, arms stretch out, final pose, legs are straight. So just find your pose, smile, breathe. Work a little bit of the fire elements. And we'll take a break here just by pulling the knees in for a moment, squeezing in. And then just slowly coming back out to where your edge is. Open your heart. Yeah, extend the arms straight. Maybe the legs. Breathe. Navel comes in, heart lifts. Beautiful, everyone. And then we'll pull it in. And we're just simply going to lie down on our backs here. Yeah. Great. And actually, let's do a little shake in the hips. This is just some energy work here, shaking the hips. The sacrum stays on the ground, and you're simply just shaking it out, waking up this whole center of your body. The creative center, the root chakra, which has to do with our feeling of belonging to tribe, to earth. Yeah, shake it, shake it. You can do some, go from there into lightly tapping the sacrum. Just light little taps. Great, and then just stop, rest your knees in, bring your hands onto your low belly and feel. What did you shake up there? What did you move? Just sense it, feel it. Feel your feet, feel the skin on the soles of your feet, feel the warmth of your hands on your belly. What do you feel? You might feel tingling in your body. Take another big breath in, and then exhale your breath all the way out. We'll bring our knees apart again, find parallel with the feet, and then exhale, press gently into the feet to lift the hips, come all the way up onto the shoulders, and you can just walk your shoulders straight in here, and then reach under, clasp the hands together, and breathe. Open up your throat, so chin is neutral here, and then let your gaze really go inside. Turn in, feel. Feel the muscles in your abdomen. You might even be able to sense your psoas, which is the deepest muscle in the body. And you're going to take one more big breath in here. And then release the hands, exhale, lower down. Take a moment here with the lower back on the floor. Just to simply notice and feel. And then we'll bring the knees into the chest and squeeze in, gently rocking the hips forward and back and forth. Great. And then we'll cross the right ankle over the left knee. We'll reach through and take a hold of either the back of the hamstring or the front of the shin. Yep, keep that foot a little bit flexed, the right foot. So you're going to start by reaching your tailbone back towards the floor. And then start to draw the left knee in towards the chest. But keep that grounding of the tailbone. Let your jaw relax. Find the inner smile. And then we'll release the hands. We're just going to simply cross the knee all the way over and take it into a spinal twist here. The arms can cactus as you look over the right. So breathe right into the spine. The areas of the spine that feel like they're going into the twist, you can just breathe. That'll help the tissue open up. And then inhale, come back. And we'll cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Reach through, take the back of the leg somewhere or shin. And simply breathe. Listen to the inner sound, inner breath. And then gently release your hands, cross your knee all the way over and twist the knees over to the right. You're going to try to keep your left shoulder on the ground as you twist. Last breath or two here. And then you'll inhale, come on up. And draw the knees in. Give yourself a big squeeze, big hug. Really genuine, authentic hug and gratitude for giving yourself this time to practice such a gift. And it takes commitment. So give yourself a hug for committing. And then we'll exhale. It's going to make our way slowly into Shavasana. Yeah, just take a good few breaths to settle your way in. So if you need a blanket or any kind of extra clothes, just make sure that you get comfortable. Shoulders roll back, palms face up towards the ceiling. Allow your legs and feet to fall apart. And we'll begin that process of letting go. This is the ultimate pose, just to simply let go. So let go of your practice. This is the integration time. I'd like to send you into the poem from Mary Oliver, instead of the theme of our class today, called Wild Geese. Very, very appropriate for these times. You do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. Tell me about despair, yours, and I will tell you mine. Meanwhile, the world goes on. Meanwhile, the sun and the petals of the rain are moving across landscapes, over the prairies and the deep trees, the mountains and the rivers. Meanwhile, the wild geese, high in the clean blue air, are heading home again. Whoever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination, calls to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting, over and over, announcing your place in the family of things. Continue to let that soft animal of your body just rest. Rest in the beingness. And from the deep stillness, we allow ourselves to deepen through the breath, come back through the breath into the body. And feel your body as you begin to slowly wiggle your toes. Feel your body from head to toe, just waking up every muscle, every bone, every cell and organ. Breathing that life force, that prana all the way in. And then exhaling, wiggle the ankles and the wrists, wiggle your body. And we'll bend the knees and slowly roll to one side and take a pause moment here. Feel the gift of being in your body, even if it has its aches and pains. It's the beautiful gift of being human and being able to feel and sense. We know the yogis always said this life is a blip. So what are you going to do with this time? And then keeping the hips nice and soft, we'll make our way up to a comfortable seat. And take a moment to acknowledge yourself, your practice, gratitude for where you are, who you are. And then take a bow, namaste. Feeling in the practice.